All right, all right. Good evening, everyone. Fresh Money. Jed, how are you, my friend?
Doing great. We're really excited for this episode.
Yes, actually, tonight we have, to everyone still here, just tuning in. We have a very special episode. If you don't notice, normally we just appear every Mondays 5 p.m. But now we made a special time for this special episode for none other than Mr. Jason Brink, who will introduce onto the stage in a moment. Care of Jed. But before that, guys, welcome again, no? I'll just do a little bit of Tagalog. Welcome again to this special episode of Fresh Money. Napakagandang episode to and napaka-exciting because we are also gonna learn more about Gala Games, the first one, and also, in particular, the game that we've all been waiting for, Spider Tanks. Personally, ang dami ko na nakitang video about this and sobrang exciting. It looks like a very fun game to play. And hindi lang yon, guys. Everyone here right now. Good day pala. Shout out to Mark Chua Perez, Paolo Estrabo, Kit Orvina, and Russell Velos. If you guys were paying attention to our last episode, we announced that are about to give away special NFT prizes. Okay, so tune in. Make sure you also we're gonna have a short AMA Ask Me Anything kay Jason Brink to talk about, ask him anything about Gala and also about Spider Tanks, which I know will be launching officially soon. And of course, we're gonna have again giveaways about for NFTs. In particular, what are these NFTs that we are giving away, Jed?
So these are Town Star Fountain NFTs. This one of so Town Star is basically a Farmville kind of game in the Gala Games ecosystem. So make sure you guys go to our Twitter page and retweet the tweet posted there, so you have a chance of winning two of the prizes here. And later on, we'll have some sort of a quiz game, so you guys also have chances of winning one of the three Town Star NFTs for this podcast episode. So make sure you guys stay tuned and know what Gala Games is all about.
Yun, Town Star NFTs, everyone. Sobrang exciting kasi I don't know about you, Jed, pero like napakalaking halaga nun before, actually before, but even up to now.
Yeah.
And we're giving away not just one, but actually five, no, five NFTs.
Five
Ngayon,
NFTs.
if you want to have to increase the chances that you win these NFTs, go to the PDAX Twitter page right now. So it's at PDAXPH. Puntahan nyo yun. Merong pin tweet doon. And it's very easy. Make sure you follow PDAX, you follow Gala Games, and press that RT retweet button to have the chance to win at least. We're giving away two NFTs, Town Star NFTs, Fountain NFTs via Twitter. Now, for this specific AMA episode of Fresh Money, we're giving away three. So baybayan nyo, we're gonna have that very fun game again, Jed, about, we're gonna ask questions to the viewers. Make sure handain nyo yung keyboard nyo. You're gonna have to choose the right answer, multiple choice style. And the first one who types the correct answer will win that NFT. All right. So Jed, anything else before we start and invite over our very special guest, si Mr. Jason Brink?
Right. We also have the sharing contest, guys. So make sure to share this stream. And so you have a chance to win 300 pesos worth of crypto. So make sure you click that share button and get your chance to win this prize. Winners will be
Yun.
announced at the end of the show.
Yun, tama. Sorry, buti nasabi mo yun, Jed.
Yeah.
You guys have a chance right now. Press that share button and whoever presses that button will have a chance sa raffle natin sa dulo ng episode na to. 300 pesos worth of crypto to three winners, right, Jed?
Yes, that's right.
Okay, without further ado, I'm super excited. Let's just get on with the main program. Personally, I've been waiting for this game myself. I've seen the videos, but I
Mhm.
want to learn more. And who better to learn from than the founder himself of Gala
That's
Games, si Jason Brink. So, Jed, if you could do the honors of introducing our special guest for tonight.
right. So our guest for today will take us a deep dive on what Gala Games is all about as he discusses the latest games and projects that Gala is working on. So I hope everyone here watching this stream has their questions prepared because it's not every day wherein you can someone ask questions, someone of his stature in the world of crypto. So without further ado, let us all welcome Jason Bitbender Brink, the president of blockchain for Gala Games.
All right.
Hey guys, how are y'all doing today?
I'm doing very well, Jason. How about yourself?
It's good. I'm happy to be here. I have a there's a little bit of a problem though, because I was listening to you guys talk about the NFTs that we're going to be giving away, and you missed one, probably
Uh-huh.
because I didn't tell you about it.
Oh my
So
god.
one of the things that I want to talk about here a little bit is spider tanks. And last year, there were some limited edition NFTs that were released. In spider tanks, basically, you have base tanks, you have the guns that go on top of the tanks, and then you also have what we call hero tanks. And these hero tanks are epic, really, really cool tanks that are sort of themed, right? And so last year for Halloween, we sold a very, very general or a very, very limited number of what were called jack-o'-lantern tanks. And so there's one of those of the common rarity that you can also give away today. So incorporate that in your drawing, and we will get it sent to the person who wins.
Oh my god. That
Oh,
is amazing news, Jason. Guys, so apologies, Jason, if I have to do a little
Go
bit of
for it. Go for
Tagalog
it.
in between. But guys, narinig nyo na yung sinabi ni Sir Jason Brink. He is giving away a special, not only fountain NFT, but also a spider tank NFT na Jack O' Lantern Halloween. This is a single special legendary level spider
Well,
tank,
not
right?
it's not a legendary. So in terms of the rarity of it, the NFT is a common jack o' lantern tank, but
Uh-huh.
there's not a lot of those around. So this is where words become stupid sometimes, because it is a fairly rare thing, but it is not the rare level. If that, you know what I mean.
yeah, it's limited
Yeah,
edition.
we appreciate it. Actually, we this is a pleasant surprise to everyone here. So guys, please tune in. Jed, maybe we can incorporate it a little bit later in our drawing and our raffle. To
Mhm.
whoever maybe asks the best question, we can choose one
Right,
during the
yeah.
AMA
Yeah,
section. All
that
right.
that that works for me. So anyway, thanks guys. I appreciate you guys having me on here. It's fantastic to be hanging out.
Yeah, I mean it's not every day, it's not every night that you get to hang out with the founder of Gala Games. So personally, it is our pleasure and honor.
Co-founder. I was one of the
Co-founder.
founders. One of the founders. I am not like the founder. The founder would be Eric, but I am one of the co-founders.
Yeah, but still, it is still a pleasure to be in your presence, Sir Jason. And personally, I would love I would love to learn more about what Gala Games is all about, because
Sure.
personally I've been an Axie guild founder. At the peak I had like 100 scholars. I would love to
Mhm.
learn more, and I know everyone here listening, especially the YGG people, the YGG guild founders and scholars,
Mhm,
they
mhm,
would love
mhm.
to know more about Gala, and like maybe I don't know how many games you have right now already up and running, and of course especially
Right, right,
Spider
right.
Tank. So
Let's
maybe
talk
let's just
about it,
get
man.
yeah, let's talk about it. Before that though, I'm super interested to know a little bit more about your background.
Sure.
Maybe there's an interesting factoid that you mentioned to us in the backstage before earlier, and it is that your position is really, not president of blockchain, but something more interesting. Maybe you could talk.
Yes.
Maybe you could start right there.
Sure. So one of the interesting things about us at Gala is we don't have corporate titles. Okay. So anytime you hear somebody talking about, their corporate title at Gala, that's not that's an external facing title only. Internally, my title is Barbarian Path of the Berserker. And I do stuff. Whatever stuff needs to be done is the stuff that I do. And I also, talk to the community a lot. So we're kind of a unique company in that way. We've got lots of different people who have lots of D&D inspired titles at the company. So it's a pretty fun place to work.
Yeah, I mean, I could imagine. I lived most of my youth I consumed D&D material, and I can't imagine a more cool sounding role than, what you have. And this is coming from a guy whose official position is called head of metaverse. So it's
Someone beat
I
you fast.
um my next question is, I guess, it sounds like Gala is such a cool place to work in because of these all these cool titles
It
and
can
all
be
of
fun.
that. How is it like there inside Gala?
It's high pressure. It's pretty high pressure. It's we started when I originally started with Gala. I had been kind of one of the spiritual, if you will, co-founders, where Eric and I had talked about all of this prior to the actual founding of the company. We founded the company. I did not immediately become involved. I joined officially as employee number 8 a little bit later on. That was in March of 2020, and now we have over 440 employees. So we've grown incredibly rapidly over the last few years, and we're working on a lot of different things. Our mandate is to be a force for good and the dominant Web3 company in all entertainment verticals. So games, film, music, if it's entertainment, and it is in any way, shape, or form virtuous entertainment, if you will, then we want to be involved in that. And so what you see right now is you see us. We have 28 games currently in development, all of them at the double or triple A level. 4 of those games are internal first-party games. 24 of them are external third-party games where we're working with an external developer to build it. We have, like I said, over 440 people internally right now, and thousands if you count everybody working externally to bring the games to market. And then you can get into the film and the music side of things, where we are, we sold out 2 drops just yesterday for brand new artists. It was their first NFT drop ever, and I'm super, super excited to see their success. It was just a few minutes, and their first 100 NFTs sold out instantly. So we're working really, really, really hard, and with that, there's a lot of pressure. And so it's not necessarily an easy place to work all the time. It can be a tremendously fun place to work, but it's a one of those work hard, play hard type situations.
Great. So I'm just curious, Jason, since Gala as a company has like
Mhm.
different verticals,
Yeah.
which how do you prioritize these different verticals and which ones are you focusing on right now?
Well, they're whole different teams that are dedicated to each of these. So it's one of the things that happened is when we first started getting into the music and film space, people were very, very worried, like, oh my God, does that mean you're not doing games anymore? And no, it doesn't mean that at all. It just means that we hired an entire different team just to work on music. We hired an entire different team just to work on film, and there's not a tremendous amount of overlap. So the squads that work on those are different. And so for us, we look at entertainment as being something that is holistic. Okay, you can't have a game without music. Every game that you've ever played has music in it, unless it's like one of those interesting games that doesn't. Did I just lock up? I just locked up. Oh, there I am. Okay, moving
Okay,
again.
yeah, you're good.
Um, so every game has music. Every game has the ability to have some sort of filmic component to it. All of these things work together so beautifully that it would be really silly of us not to advance them together, because they support one another. So what we're doing is a much broader view of I don't know why my thing keeps doing that. Much broader view of gaming and entertainment as a whole.
So you're taking a more holistic approach. You
Yeah.
have all of these different games. Does it
Mhm.
is it fair to say that when you went into music, it was for the purpose of using that same content, that music for your games, or do you have something more separate or
It
independent in mind?
well, they're both really. I mean, the first thing that we did with music was a partnership with Snoop. Okay, Snoop Dogg, and who's a totally he's one of the most brilliant people I've ever hung out with. By the way, the guy's insanely smart, like insanely smart. And he uh we were hanging out, we were talking about things, we were looking at how to go into music and things like that. And we leave his studio, and we go to do an event. We're in Los Angeles. We did an event at the Forum, and later in the evening, we bump into Snoop again. And he's like, "Hey, man, yesterday we talked about these things. I actually made some tracks." And he gave us the four tracks that he cut for Spider Tanks. It's like that evening he had been playing Spider Tanks, was inspired by it, and just made some tracks for it. And these things just connect so beautifully that it would be terrible not to actually use them.
Oh my God. So maybe in a little bit, I'd like to double click on Snoop and your experience working with him.
Yeah,
But
sure.
yeah, first of all, it seems to me when I see the Gala Games ecosystem, Gala, I guess, ecosystem, it's you're approaching things from different angles, different vectors. But
Yes.
to me at least, it's still maybe mostly a gaming, GameFi, blockchain gaming play, at least for Gala Games, with most of your properties being gaming
Right.
games themselves, right? So it's about 20 plus games. Um,
28.
what?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Almost
Oh,
30 now.
sorry. 28, 28. But with Spider Tanks being the latest one. So
Right.
I guess what I wanted to dig deeper on is, what is Gala's vision for these games? Um and how do these tie into, is there some sort of interrelationship between all of these 28 games in terms of tokens, utility tokens and such?
So, there's a few things here. Oh God, you guys are gonna get some alpha, aren't you? Get some alpha.
Nice.
We're very good
God damn it.
with digging into alpha.
Um. Okay. So it depends on how the economy is structured. Okay. Now, one of the challenges, and I know and before I say any of this stuff, I'm going to just like caveat a little bit, and say that I have a massive amount of respect for what Axie has done to help people. They've done a lot to really, really help people, especially during the time of COVID. Um, However, I uh, don't know many people that would play Axie if they weren't getting paid for it. You know, and so I'm just gonna just put that out there first. Now, one of the challenges that they had is they had a runaway token economy because they weren't built to handle the number of users that they suddenly got. Okay, they had this external, not necessarily intended scholarship model that popped up, where you had to send around QR codes that say, "Don't send this QR code to anyone," so that people can log in and play, and then tokens will be emitted based on that. But there wasn't really an effective sync, and there wasn't really it wasn't sustainable, and everybody knows that it wasn't sustainable. And they're doing some stuff to fix it, and I hope that they succeed. But the problem is that their token economy was an essentially inflationary economy from the get go. Now, we build games with economies that, and again, we're not perfect. We mess things up too. Okay, so I'm not like saying like, oh my God, why did they do that? Because we did that with one of our games too, and we're in the process of fixing that, and that's Town Star. Um, the games that we're releasing right now, like Spider Tanks, has a quite deflationary economy where it's a circular economy that uh, the only thing that gets emitted is the stuff that gets used and consumed in gameplay. So there's a burn and remint function that's part of that. Now, it has its own token called Silk, but there's no reason that we can't do this with Gala for other games, which is something that we're looking at in the future for some of these things. Um, but they are all related in that they are supported by the Gala ecosystem. They're run on the Gala node network. They have workloads that can be added to the nodes. And they're all tied together by this amazing community that we have, which I invite everyone to join, by the way.
Awesome. This all sounds very exciting, Jason. For everyone listening here, please, if you have any questions, and I know I have tons of questions right now, please just type it in the comment section, and we'll choose. And later we'll have a like a very quick AMA session with
Sure.
Jason, where we ask all the audience's questions. Going back to the gaming ecosystem, Jason.
Yeah, let's talk about
So
it.
from what you said, um each of the 20, and correct me if I'm wrong, each of the 28 games that you have will have its own token. So
Not
it's kind of like,
necessarily. Not
okay,
necessarily.
all right.
Some of them will have their own tokens. Spider Tanks will have its own token. A few of the others will have their own tokens. Some of them may not in the future. I don't want to give away too much alpha here by being super specific, but some of them, it is very likely that they will use Gala as their primary token.
All right. Okay. I'm taking very I'm taking notes every step of the way, Jason. But for spider tanks in particular, okay?
Yeah.
And I know this is a very popular, conception especially amongst us Filipinos. What, and you mentioned it's going to be deflationary. How exactly are you going to avoid what happened to Axie in SLP with Silk, with Spider Tanks and Silk?
I mean, the absolute blunt answer is that what happened there isn't possible with the way that the economy is structured. Okay, the problem with SLP and all of that is that the more players you have, the more SLP you have produced. Okay, the more people that are playing, the more the token is released. So when you have a situation like during COVID, everyone's under COVID lockdown, everybody's sitting at home going, gee, I'm really hungry, it'd be really nice if I had some games to play or some money. Oh, by the way, if I play this game, I get a little bit of money that I can buy food with, right? You suddenly get millions of users, which means that you get millions and millions of tokens that get released, and that's a problem. The way that Spider Tanks works, though, the only things that are released back out into the world are the things that are put into the game. Okay, so in terms of upgrades, people go and they upgrade their tanks. People, purchase things. People, buy consumables. People do all of these things. All of that goes into a pool, and that's what gets that amount is what gets released back out into the world. So it's only the stuff that comes in that goes back out.
Got it. Okay.
Now we
That
do
is
we do have the ability to in certain occasions, like we can do like a double point weekend or something like that, like a Christmas event where emissions go up somewhat during that period as a way to bring in additional users or to reward the community or something like that. But it's not like just this fire hose of tokens that sprays out into the world.
So going into that, the rewards, the reward token, the utility token, um, if you don't mind me asking, you raised a good point a while ago in saying that Axie, no one would have played Axie if not for the rewards. So does that mean, and we're now heading into kind of like the gameplay mechanic of Spider
Right.
Tanks. The game looks absolutely fantastic, by the way. I
It's
saw the
fun.
gameplay, and it looks
Yeah.
absolutely fun. Does this mean that, right now, if I were to play hypothetically Spider Tanks, the amount of rewards that I would get would be somewhat minimal, but I guess
Not
the play
necessarily.
here. Okay.
So there's a couple things here that are fundamental. One, we believe. Let me put my hand over where you can actually see it. One, we believe that games are supposed to be fun. That's the main reason that you play a game, is because it's fun. Now, if there's something else that you get out of it, that's great. But the number one reason that you play any game should be, this is a fun game. Okay. Two, that if you get something extra from this game, it should be because you actually did something extra in this game. Okay. So you have to go and actually be a competent player, okay, to get something. And the better you are, the more you get. Okay. And if you look at at well, I mean, I've seen there these videos where they have a person with like a piece of plywood with like 50 phones on it, and then they just do the tap thing, right? Like, you've all seen this before. Okay. You can't do that with a real game. With a real game, if you get in there and you play and you're good at it and you win and you practice and you learn the tips and the tricks and all of that stuff and you win, you may be able to take a lot out. Who knows? But it all depends on it depends on the game being an awesome game and people wanting to jump in and play that game because it's an awesome game. And the more people that you have that are playing because it's fun, the more there is to potentially come out on the other side.
Cool. Okay. This brings me to my next question. So,
Mhm.
if I were, let's say, a previous scholar of Axie,
Yeah,
and the main premise here is the whole rental system of Axie is really, I guess, to democratize gaming and allow people with no capital to meet with
sure,
people with capital and allow them to play and share in the rewards. Is
sure.
there a similar sort of mechanism for Spider Tanks? For
Yeah, you
example, is
just
it
go
free to
play.
play?
Yeah, you can go in and play. That's no problem. You the potential for earnings are unlocked by using a tank that somebody has purchased. Okay, so it's free to play. You can show up, you can play. There are I believe three tanks that anyone can use. They're like the common base level thing. So you can go in there, you can practice. And then if you don't have any sort of, if you actually want to compete, you can go to the tank rental pool and you can get a tank from that somebody else has put in that pool to use. And then you can use that tank and then you split rewards with that person. It's very straightforward. It doesn't require, sharing logins. It doesn't require any of that. It just requires you as a player wanting to go and play. Um, we've tried to reduce the barriers of entry as much as possible for the average user.
I love it. And the game here, so everyone listening, pwede kayong maglaro ng Spider Tanks without any investment. Tandaan niyo yun. Free to play
Yeah.
to. And pag gusto nyong makuha ng rewards, you have to use a tank that someone else invested in. May-ari na before that, right? Is that
Or
correct?
maybe that yes, in order to unlock earning, that is correct. But you can play without that. Like, if you just want to play, you can just play. That's no big deal. Um, or you could potentially earn with a tank that you won from an NFT giveaway. Just saying.
I love the segue. This is a good segue into, we're getting a lot of nice questions here. Jed, why don't you fire away and we answer some of the community's questions about Spider Tanks
Sure.
from
Before
Gala?
we get into community, I just have a question, Jason. So,
Yeah.
can free players who play the game for free, can they earn their way to get an NFT tank?
Well, if you're playing the game for free, yes, I mean, like, you could come in. Let's say I give Patrick there a Jack o' Lantern tank. Patrick is a busy guy. He does not have time to play games all the time. Okay, so what he does is he takes that tank and he puts it up as a tank for rental. Okay, by the rest of the community. You come in, You find his tank and you're like, okay, I'm going to go ahead and use this. Okay, you use his tank, you win, you earn something. Some of what you earn goes back to him. Okay, but then you take whatever else is yours, automatically goes to you. One of the problems that I never liked about the sort of the scholarship model is the fact that it's gated, and as a player, you have to kind of trust that your manager is going to not be a piece of shit. Excuse me. Um, and the problem with that is inevitably some people are terrible human beings, and so you run into situations where people don't get what they're supposed to get. This, it's all automatic. It doesn't depend on anyone. It's entirely automatic and permissionless, and if you win, you get something done. It's very straightforward.
Got it. So let's get into some questions from the community with
Let's hit
regards
it.
to spider tanks. So here's Jebwell Psycho, who's asking for some alpha for Q4 on spider tanks.
Well, Spider Tanks is launching October 31st. Okay, so it's going to be launching on October 31st, and we're also going to be launching it with a soft launch of our L1 blockchain. So keep an eye out for that. Some hints. I would say that the the best way to prepare yourself is to get in and understand the weapons. So get in, download Spider Tanks. Unfortunately, it's not mobile yet. It's maybe going to be going that way in the future, but get in, and you can actually go into a little bit of a practice area. Get in there, learn how the weapons work, figure out your ranges, figure out all of that stuff before you compete. You don't have to worry about going up against other people, but you can test all the weapons, see what they're like, and then you're good to go for that.
This is super exciting, Jason. But it's launch. Spider Tanks is launching end of the month,
Mhm.
October, but they can play now. Is that correct?
Yeah, absolutely. You guys just saw me playing just a few minutes ago. I can even put that back up on the screen if you want.
Yeah.
Show
Why don't you? Let's
show
show to
everybody.
everyone
Okay,
here.
okay. Give me just a second.
Of
Everybody wants to
course.
see Spider Tanks. You guys are gonna have to make me big here.
I'd like for you to even play while that would be a nice
Sure,
challenge. Play the
sure,
game while
sure.
answering our questions.
Okay. Deal. Let's do it.
Deal?
Let's do
While
it.
chugging beer.
Come on, man! It's 7:30 in the morning. I can't chug beer right now. Okay. Hold on. Let me do this.
No
I
worries.
need to.
So
We'll
while
do
you're
this
doing
like
that,
streamer style.
so just a reminder, everyone, we're giving away free NFTs. Okay, so in next coming up soon in in the next section, we're gonna ask three special questions. Kung sino unang sumagot ng tamang sagot sa 1, 2, 3, 4 multiple choice style, you will win free Town Star NFTs. And then if in case you missed it, si Sir Jason Brink mismo nagsabi, he's gonna give away a free Spider Tank NFT. The game that he's playing right
Yes.
now, yan,
This is
malalaro
this
niya
is
yan.
this is Spider Tanks. This is the little test area that you can go to, where you can test your weapons and things like that. You got these little sheriffs. I'm gonna die here in just a second, but the basic premise, very simple, very straightforward. Yeah, you're in a tank, you run around to do stuff. Can I go to the garage? Oh, I can. Okay, so let's see. I'll use the tank that somebody's going to win. Here we go. There's the jack-o'-lantern, and I need to get the gun for the jack-o'-lantern too. It's called the Brambler.
So, Jason, you have a tank, and there
Yeah.
are parts you can arm the tank with weapons,
Yep.
and each of the separate weapons are also NFTs by themselves, or just the
Yep.
tank.
The weapons are NFTs as well. And so basically you can have different types of weapons with different degrees of damage, all of that. This weapon that I'm using right now is called the Brambler. What it does is it actually will hold people in place. These are just really crappy AI bots that I'm playing against right now, so they're not all that good. But if you were playing against actual humans, they would be a little bit tougher. But typically, when I play with John Oswald, he's our president of games. He has a tank that he uses. It's the Jack o' Lantern, and when he uses it, we use the Brambler, where he will
Uh-huh.
hold them in place, and then I will hit them with a secondary ability that's airstrikes. And so, we have a lot of fun with that.
So it's also another mode of spider tanks is a team,
Oh
I
yeah,
guess,
yeah.
a
That's the normal
DLC.
mode of Spider Tanks is the team competition. The only reason that I'm not doing that right now is because I don't want to be doing an interview and then make somebody depend on my ability to actually, play while I'm trying to talk at the same time. It just doesn't seem fair. So this way, I've just the only one who suffers here if I die is me, instead of my whole team.
Joseph Tanyeka is asking, I'm not really familiar in Gala Games. Can it be played on Android? Unfortunately, no. I'll answer this for you, Jason,
Yeah,
while you're playing. Not yet. So right now
yeah.
it's a desktop game, right?
Right now, it is a desktop game. Um, Android is something that I would definitely like to see. I would like to see in the future. Um, let's go ahead. We'll do the chicken bottom. Actually, let's
All
just do a
right.
full on chicken tank. We need a full on chicken tank here.
What's
Where's
up, by
my
the way? Because I've been watching the trailers. What's up with chicken and spider
Yeah.
tank?
what do you mean? What's up with chickens and spider tank? Chickens and spider tanks are awesome. Chickens are amazing. What is your problem?
Is there a lore behind that, Jason?
Absolutely is lore behind it. Basically, what it is we decided to lean into, the. I mean, chickens are funny, right? So the original mode of the game, there was like a collect the chickens mode, and there still is. In fact, it's an awesome mode. It's super fun. It's one of my favorites. I suck at it, but it's a lot of fun. Um, the original mode, you would collect chickens, right? And then, we sort of leaned into that, and we're like, well, what happens if there's an actual chicken tank? And so we made a chicken tank, and everyone loved it. It's kind of started as a joke, but everyone really, really, really liked it, so we kept it.
Yeah, it's so funny. Kit Horvin is asking, can a player trade or sell tank parts?
Yeah, yeah. I mean, you can all of these things that you're seeing. These are all NFTs. Okay, of
Wow.
of of various types. Okay, and these are not mine. Okay, so like, don't think that I'm that awesome. But in the actual game, you have all of these different types of NFTs that you can get and integrate those. And there's skins and props and all of these different things. So um, you're able to integrate all of this. And yeah, those parts are yours. You do whatever you want with them.
Royce Joshua is asking, um, what's your most favorite thing about the Spider Tank game?
Me personally, what is my favorite thing? I really love the fact that it's a super super fun team game, um, that is once you start playing it, it's super addictive. Like, you guys can see, this is like a real game. Okay, this is not a thing that is sad, that is not an actual game, right? um I'm sorry, you know what I mean, man. You know what I
I get
mean.
you.
um but like, it's an actual game, and when you're playing against other people, it is so so fun. so I that's what I love about it. I mean, the blockchain gaming space has been, we've been laughed at for a long time by traditional web 2 gaming. And the reason that we get laughed at is because we don't have games. Okay, the blockchain gaming space for the longest time has been absolutely the laughing stock of the gaming space, and it's because of that lack of actual games. Um, and with this, like, this is an actual game.
I
This is,
it's so smooth. It just
yeah,
feels like a normal. I wouldn't say normal, but like a very exciting game to play.
that's
Um,
exactly what it is. I mean, it's a game. It's an actual normal game, and that's what I love about it. This is a kick ass
Gavin
weapon. I've never used this before. This is really cool.
Gavin San Luis is asking, "Hey Jason, what would you say is the next step for Spider Tanks to reach the level of competitive online games like Dota and League of
Sure.
Legends in terms of gameplay?"
Well, in terms of gameplay, I think that one of the things that they're working on right now is integrating a bit more of a deeper meta into it. Right now, it's you fight with your friends. I think that in order for it to be as competitive, I think that there's going to be a deeper meta that gets built into it, and I think that the other thing that we need to do, and this is something that we're leaning into right now, in the Philippines as well as Thailand and a few other areas, is the idea that this is an esports game. So we are at launch going to be sponsoring a whole bunch of different esports leagues so that they can jump in and actually start competing. And so I think that once the esports people start figuring out what we can do, oh, that's an amazing weapon. That's really cool. Um, sorry, I don't get a chance to play games very frequently, so it's super fun for me to actually be able to play. Um,
We should do more of these formats, Jed,
yeah, let's do
for
it.
Yeah.
future guests, and even
We
for Jason, right?
No,
Yeah,
seriously,
with other
this is
games.
great. I haven't had this much time to play a game in months. Um,
And you're
so
the founder of a gaming
I
company, so
it's really the irony of that is not lost on me. Don't worry.
that is
It
that is so ironic,
it
man.
makes me so sad, man. Like, Eric and I were actually talking about this recently because we used to game all the time, but we just haven't had any chance lately because we've been spending so much time actually running the business and doing things that we just, yeah, it's just one of those things.
I noticed that while we're in the topic of games,
Yeah,
you've built and developed and launched 28 games. Some
in
of
the
these,
process of, yeah,
in the process of that, some of these you've developed yourself. The others, I guess, you've partnered with other game developers.
correct.
Uh, for the second scenario where you partner with
Uh-huh.
with other game developers, how is the arrangement like? So what does Gala provide and what does
It
the developers
depends.
provide?
It depends. In some cases, we provide funding. In other cases, we provide just. I mean, it really depends on the level of interaction. Sometimes it's funding. Sometimes it's integration support. Typically, we help with the blockchain side of things because there's a tremendous interest in Web 2 gaming to get into the Web 3 space, despite what a few notable publications will tell you. Um, so there's a lot of interest, but there's also a lot of fear and trepidation, because they're not entirely sure what it actually means to make a Web 3 game. So we have to help a lot in terms of like the blockchain side of things. And so we do that, and then also we lean in and we help with community too. I mean, so we're a little bit more of a publisher in that case, with more of a traditional publishing type arrangement, but it's it's more than that. It's more complex than that. It's not just like, oh, here's a game, play the game. We lean in a lot and help make it awesome.
Yeah, I could imagine that in that scenario, the game developer would come in and do most of the developing work, and then Gala would bring in the blockchain consultants, the tokenomic
Right.
experts,
Exactly.
and the integrated with the whole Gala ecosystem and tokenomic system.
Correct.
Yeah. Rev Isiad Nisai is asking, behind him, is it just a game replay, right? Or is he playing right now?
Me? This is a game replay here. Not a game replay. This is not a game replay. This is me. Look, go up, go down. I've never. Oh, that's epic! I've never used this before. Holy shit!
Oh, that looks awesome.
This
But
is
you're
this
gonna
is the.
die.
I'm gonna die. I'm totally gonna die, but it's gonna be worth it because I
I-
have a T-Rex tank that shoots freaking
Dude, you're gonna die right
plasma.
now. Like you're almost out.
Oh, there we go. Oh yeah.
Awesome play, man. All right, Jed, maybe you could help me out. Let's while let's make Jason's life more difficult. Let's go into the more
Come on, come
difficult
on.
thing.
Tougher questions, guys. What do we got?
All
Okay.
right.
Actually, I'm just curious about the gameplay first.
Yeah,
So,
sure.
Jason, how many players are in one match?
Typically speaking, in one match, it's a 3v3. So you have six different players that are involved. But there are other game modes. That's cool. This is the thing that always kills me. It's like this boomerangy thing that, yeah, that's pretty epic. There we go. Yeah, typically it's a 3v3, and it's a lot of fun. And the cool thing is that when you go on there, we have a lot of community that's been on there and run into me and run into Eric and John and even occasionally Snoop playing. And he has his distinctive tank. But actually, I think we can try here. Let's go see. Let's go get the Snoop tank out. Okay, where is the Snoop tank so that everybody can see how awesome the Snoop tank is?
So does it actually look like Snoop?
No, it's a here we go. It's a Cadillac lowrider.
Wow, that's so cool.
Yeah,
Cadillac.
it's a lowrider, and it's got where is the weapon for it? Oh, here we go. It's got gigantic speakers on top. So it's a lowrider with hydraulics, drives around.
And uses sound waves as weapons.
Yep. Yeah,
That is so
so
awesome.
there you go.
So while we're at this, what is the exact relationship between Snoop Dogg and Gala? Are you guys in a partnership? Is he invested in you? Are you guys gonna release
We
a new
we are we
game?
are in a partnership. He does a bunch of stuff with Gala Music, and we work with him and Death Row Records. He's a super super cool guy. Generally speaking, he's a neat dude to hang out with. We've done a couple NFT drops with him, and I'm sure we will do more in the future. But yeah, that's the relationship. He's super fun though.
All right. Okay. Let's hit some of
Okay.
the other community questions, Jed.
But
Yeah. From Steven Caryasa. So, how do you prepare for the huge players coming on the game? Is your server prepared for this? And how can I
yes,
ensure there are
absolutely.
no problem while playing, like bugs and
Well,
lag?
well, I mean, I can't ever say that there's not going to be any problems, because that the moment that I said, oh, there's for sure no problems, um, you know, there will automatically be problems, just because the universe hates it when you say that there's not going to be any issues. Um, so but in terms of the server, it is designed to handle this, so we can take many, 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 many users, and it will automatically scale out to as many servers as are needed. So yeah, I'm not worried about that at all.
Got it. Then, what's the computer specs required to play this game?
They're not super high. So I think it's I don't have the exact specs off the top of my head, nor could I, even if I did, nor would I be able to remember them while playing. Um, but yeah, I mean, it's decent, but not insane.
Got it. Then Mark Chua Perez is asking if there's any stamina or energy used in this game, or is it you can play as much as you want?
There is a there is something like energy. I forget what they call it. But you can, generally speaking, jump in and play as much as you want. But I mean, there is not, you can't necessarily earn as much as you want forever. Like there is an element of uh, limitation there, just to make sure that you don't run into a situation where it's based purely on playtime, if you know what I mean. Like there needs to be more to it than just that.
All right, got it. Here's another interesting question from Kit Trevina. Can I have a
Yeah.
referral code from Sir Jason? I'm registering for that Spider Trans game right now.
You don't need a referral code. You can just go ahead and you can skip the referral code part and hop in and play. Um, and yeah, if you go in there, you can start playing right away, and you don't have to have. I don't think you have to have any NFTs or anything to jump in and use the little game mode that I'm in right now. I believe that that's the case. But yeah, go check it out.
Fantastic. Then, how many game modes are there in Spider Tanks? What are the
I
goals?
think there's 6 now. They just added more. They just added more, and honestly, I haven't had a chance to play the new ones. I haven't had a chance to play the new ones, unfortunately, because again, with the being busy and all of that. But yeah, I believe it's 6 now.
I see.
What is this? I've never used this before. Oh, that's interesting. Oh, it drains them. That's cool. Anyway, sorry. It's super fun. This is a fun game. It's just a fun game,
It
guys.
does. Yeah. I want to try it out.
I highly recommend you guys check it out. And also, while you're at it, for those of you in the community who are listening, join our Discord at galagames.chat. We would love to hang out and chat. We have a very, very active Discord. You can go in there. It's a great place to get to know some of what we've got going in the rest of the community, the games we've got in progress. So yeah, come say hi.
Right. So everyone, you heard Jason, right? Just go drop by, come say hi at the Gala Games Discord server. Here's one interesting question, Jason.
Hit
Um,
me.
do you see Spider Tanks as the heir apparent to Town Star in terms of international awards and accolades won in the future?
Okay, so let me answer that question in two ways. Okay, and hold on, let me kill this guy because I can't say this while also killing him. The way that I look at this is there's very much two versions of Townstar. Okay, there's the old version of Townstar, and there's what you're going to see in the future. Recently, no, not really recently, in the last few months, a new leader stepped up and started taking over work on Townstar. This leader is Mark Skaggs. Mark Skaggs has a very long history in the world of gaming, and was actually the guy who made Farmville back in the day and won an award for making Farmville. And he is now leaning in on Townstar, and he's basically uh, leading the efforts to turn Townstar into something else, bringing back earnings, bringing back all of these things, but also making the game something that's a bit more robust. So I'm very very much looking forward to that, and I think that Townstar is going to go on to win lots and lots of awards in the future when the new Townstar Forever version comes out. So that's one angle here. The second thing is that I think that Spider Tanks. I wouldn't go so far as to call it an heir apparent, because I think that they're very different games. The type of people who play this um, are different than the type of people who play Townstar. So I think that they're just two very very different things. Um, and they each have their own unique appeal.
All right. Um, this is a personal question on my end.
Sure.
If I wanted to earn money, so your example is very accurate actually. Um, I don't have much time at all to play any games,
Right.
but I would like to, own a little bit of passive have a little bit of passive income in spider
Mhm.
tanks. What's the entry level for an investor, quote unquote, like me to own a tank?
I wouldn't. I mean, for me, I'm not going to think of it in terms of like investor. That's a kind of a direction that we tend not to think. Um, so the way that I would look at that, though, is I would look at that from the perspective of, um, well, if it's just you wanting to, do a bit of work, nothing is going to be completely passive. Okay. You could run a node. You could have tanks that you could put up for rent. You're still going to have to go in and configure things and whatnot. Nothing is going to be just like, okay, I set it up and walked away and now pay me. None that doesn't happen, and we've gone to great lengths to make it so that that doesn't happen
Uh-huh.
for regulatory reasons. You don't want things to be passive. You want
Yeah,
people to actually work to get something. If it's passive, that creates problems.
I get what you mean.
It's I mean it's frustrating to have to talk about that, but that is the reality.
Yeah.
Ooh, rocket artillery. That looks like fun. Ooh, that is fun.
Got it.
So Ray Yusiad Nisa is asking about the player owned node ecosystem and how it
Yep.
works. And are there a lot of nodes at the moment?
Yeah, there's quite a few. The nodes, in the case of spider tanks, are part of they are a critical component of the rental system. So your node acts as hold on, let me make sure I say this correctly. Your node can make it easier for you to rent things and for them to be like recharged, if you will. Um, so that's part of it. For us, we look at nodes as being a great way to like actively decentralize some of the effort that is necessary to run the game. In the future, what I think you're going to see is you're going to see a lot more actual work being done by the nodes themselves in support of the game ecosystem. This is a fun little tank. I like this rocket thing is fun.
The, just out of curiosity, is there a
Yeah.
level of difficulty here, Jason? Because it seems like you can play forever, man.
Oh, well, because I'm only playing against. Well, anytime you see this one with the background here that's got like this little Greek key design,
Uh-huh.
these are the
Uh-huh.
ancient tier weapons. So I'm picking level 28 weapons. Okay, so these are like the beefiest, most badass weapons. If I were to pick the level 0 weapons, it would probably be a very. Let's try it. Let's try it. It'd be a very different experience.
Yeah,
But I'm also just playing against like bots,
AI.
and they're not particularly. I mean, this is more. I think that this is more looked of. Actually, that's a pretty badass weapon. These are looked at more as a weapons test area, so that you can get familiarized and figure out which ones you like and which ones you want to buy what rarities of and things like that. So I think that's the way that this is sort of perceived.
This is a good question by Royce.
Mhm.
What games did you use to play
Ooh, me?
way
Did I
back.
way
Yeah.
back in the day? Oh my
Yep.
god. So my first one of the earliest games that I used to play, like way back when I was just a little kid. Like I don't even I couldn't have been more than 8 maybe. I was playing a game called Silent Service with my grandfather. Um, and it was this old DOS-based computer game where you played a submarine captain, and you would go sink ships. That was my one of my earliest games that I have memories playing. As I got older, I got involved in all sorts of different things. I used to love the like Final Fantasy VII, one of my favorite games of all
Oh
time.
my god. That's
Oh,
my
Um,
favorite. That's the best game of all time for
I,
me.
I absolutely agree. I absolutely agree. And nothing has been able to beat that in terms of story. Like
Absolutely
it's
nothing. Like,
yeah.
Eris,
yeah.
Tifa, Cloud,
Uh-huh.
everyone. I love those every one of those the
Yep.
gang there. Even
Yep.
that guy with the machine gun arm. What's his name?
Barrett.
Barrett, yeah. Oh
Yeah.
my god. I played that when I was in high school,
Yep.
and
Yep.
just it just blew me away, the experience, and it's no one has stopped that ever since, dude. I mean,
Yep.
it's the best game ever for me, and
Yep.
I'm so happy that you feel the same way, man.
Absolutely. Absolutely love that game. And then anything from the Fallout series.
Yeah.
Absolutely incredible. Incredible work. And then there was another game that I really enjoyed called Arcanum, which was uh, this like role playing game where you had to go either like technology or magic, and that was a lot of fun. But these are all so old because I haven't had time to play games in so long. Um, but yeah, that's that, man. So this
Here's
is
another.
Spider Tanks.
Yep. Here's another question from Gemwell. What are your
Yeah,
inspirations when you're building Gala games?
I personally don't build games. What are my inspirations in terms of the company though, and the things that I want us to do? Um, I got into the blockchain space originally because I wanted to make a difference. I did not like I had previously tried to do some work in the like the foreign aid space, working with people in Haiti after the big earthquake there. And so for me, it was all about like how do we make a difference? How do we really do something that matters to the world? And that's my inspiration with Gala. I wanted to find a way to have a massive impact on the world. Um, and so that's my inspiration. So I look at other companies that have done that and other people that have had that sort of impact. I'm a big I, people make fun of him, but I'm a pretty big fan of Elon Musk for some of the things that he's done in the past, and his efforts to kind of um, look beyond Earth to see what's next. Things like that. Richard Branson. Big fan of. Oh, it sticks in things. I didn't know it stuck in things. That's
I
cool.
love Elon Musk as well. Whenever I think of Elon Musk, I'm always reminded of that famous line saying about something like, and I might bastardize this. It goes something like, progress depends on the unreasonable man, and
Yes.
if you're
Mm,
going to affect change, then you mustn't go beyond reason, right? You have to be
Yep.
unreasonable. So I'm just reminded of that, and maybe this is a good already segue into your, and you've already spoken a little bit about this, your hopes and dreams of changing the future.
Yeah.
um how do you exactly expect to achieve that while you're here in Gala Games?
So I think that what we're working on doing is we're creating a way to give players true ownership of their gameplay. We're also working to give musicians ownership of their experiences. Man, I'm getting completely messed up here. My blade keeps sticking and stuff. No. Okay. Um, so I think that for us, these are massively important components. So I think that in terms of making a difference, that is something that we are doing. However, I think there's always a way that we can do more. One of the things that we've done that I am quite proud of is the fact that if you buy an NFT from Gala, um, a tree gets planted. Every single NFT that we've ever sold on our store has gone to planting trees. Some of them, by the way, in the Philippines, um, for
Whoa.
reforestation efforts and things like that. I'd have to go find the exact location, but that's something that is really important for us. And one of the reasons that we did this is that people were talking about how, oh, NFTs are so bad for the environment. They're so terrible, blah 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 blah, which is not true, but they still thought that it was. And because they thought that it was, we felt that it was important for us to make sure that we were addressing their specific concerns. And so if anyone purchases an NFT, that results in a tree getting planted. And one tree is makes up for, in terms of offsetting carbon, even at its absolute worst, before Ethereum switched to proof of stake, would make up for 5 of the absolute worst NFTs ever. Which none of what we release are configured in that way. They're not particularly high gas or anything. But that's one way to make a difference, and it's something that I'm quite proud of.
That's something that I didn't even know, and I'm glad you brought
Most
up.
people don't. Most people don't. Yeah.
How many then have you sold and therefore have planted?
Oh, I want to say, I don't know the exact number, but somewhere in the neighborhood of like 300,000 trees.
Holy, my God! So that's
Yeah,
really making a difference.
it is, and it's I mean, we partner with One Tree Planted, which I highly recommend everyone check out. It's at One Tree Planted on Twitter. Oh, excuse me. And yeah, we plant there. If you go to blog.gala.games and you scroll down a little bit, there's an article that shows a bunch of the different locations that we have planted it in the past. Um, and so, yeah, check that out. It's something that we're super we're super passionate about. We want to make sure that we make a difference, and that's one way that we're able to do it.
Jason, just wanted to say a big thank you again for your time.
My pleasure, man. My pleasure.
W-
Hold on, before you take me off screen, let me
No,
let me
no,
let me go.
we have a few more. We're gonna ask a few more from
Okay,
you
okay.
before we end the whole this whole exciting episode. Maybe as a good ender, Gavin San Luis has a great question, and this
Sure.
is probably the last question we'll ask from the community. Hi, Jason. If you had unlimited funds for Gala Games, what would you do with it?
Unlimited? Like absolutely unlimited. What would I do with it? That is a great question. Um, what I would do is, I think that there's a huge number of people out there who want to, and have the ability to build games, but don't have access to the funding necessary. I would probably, and this is something that we are doing to some extent, I would set up a grant program to advance that. And this is something that we've done at Gala. We do have about $100 million set aside as grants for game developers. But I would, if I had completely unlimited funds, then I would set up a way to make that a little bit more accessible and to manage it more effectively. I hope that
Right.
answers your question.
That is admirable as well. All right. So before I let Jed ask the final or favorite question from you. Any shout outs, any greetings that you'd like to say, any last message to the
Sure, sure.
viewers?
Well, the first thing is that I will be in the Philippines for Philippines Blockchain Week, and typically when I go places, I will set up a little get together with the community and
Whoa.
hang out. So I will be there pretty soon. So we should probably all hang out at the very least. and maybe get a few people together. Um, and I would also definitely encourage people to come join our Discord. Follow us on Twitter at Go Gala Games. Follow me at Bitbender Brink. You can see it on my name somewhere over one of these directions. Give me a follow. If you have any questions, please feel free to shoot me a DM. I'm always very happy to chat about pretty much anything. And yeah, join our Discord at galagames.chat.
All right. Everyone, you heard Jason. Give him a follow and join the Discord of Gala Games. Jed, let's
Thank
close
you
it out,
guys.
man.
All right. So
Here,
Jason.
one second. I'll make myself big
Oh, yeah.
before we do this.
All right.
The Berserker.
All right, Jason. So far, who and what are you most thankful for in your crypto journey?
In my crypto journey, I'm incredibly thankful for the community. I define this pretty broadly. I see everyone at Gala, from Eric, the CEO, on down to the people who have the I don't, it's not the lowest roles. That's not the right word. Everybody though, everybody is part of this community, and this is what makes this amazing. I have absolutely loved connecting and working with everybody in the space, and it's people like you guys that hop on a stream, chat, play some games. Everybody who's listening, all of you guys, like, thank you so much. Um, it's the community that makes it all worth it. And so that's what I'm thankful for.
Well, we're thankful for you as well, Jason, and thankful for your time. I know
Appreciate it, man.
we all know you're a busy guy, and it's very early in the morning there.
It
Um,
is, it is, but that's okay. I can
and
hear I can hear the baby starting to wake up on the other side of the house, so I'm gonna have to go deal with that here.
good timing as well. It's too bad that you didn't have beer beside you. We could
Next
have,
time, next time in the Philippines, we'll do this. We'll do this in person. We can do a live stream together. We can do we'll do like a Bitbender and beer podcast or something together, and
damn, that
we'll do it
sounds
that
so
way.
fun, man. We'll take you up on
Awesome.
that.
Okay, perfect.
Thank
Thank
you
you
so much,
guys.
Jason, and
Thank you,
thank you
Jason.
everyone for listening to Jason and answering and asking those nice questions. Again, Jason Brink, follow him on Twitter at Bitbender Brink, and also join the Gala Games Discord. Thank you, Sir Jason Brink. We'll see you
Thank you
here
so
when you
much.
drop by. All
You got
right.
it. Peace out, guys. Have a great day.
See you,
Jason.
sir.
You too.
All right, Jed. Salamat sa lahat. I mean, like, ako, like, grabe. One of the most fun episodes I've had.
Mm,
First time that we had a guest that, like, mostly just played while asking questions.
multitask.
I love
You
it.
multitask.
Actually, dapat next time tayo rin, Jed, eh. Maglaro din tayo. But
Let's
anyway,
play with
while
Jason.
everyone is still, yeah, while everyone is still here, napansin nyo, we promised some prizes for you, which is the Town Star NFT prizes. So, ang ganda kasi ng usapan kanina. So, we didn't want to interrupt si Jason na. But then now we have the time. And remember, I will just juggle everyone's memory. If you guys are still here, we will ask 3 questions. Paunahan to sa keyboard. May multiple choice style. Sino unang mag-press ng either 1, 2, 3, 4, kung ano man yung tamang sagot, will win that Town Star NFT prize. Okay? All right. So, everyone, ready na ba? Please, I will ask everyone first, and please press Y. Okay? Letter Y if you are ready. Y for yes. Okay? Um, wala pa akong nakikita sa comment section, but please press Y if you're ready for the quiz game. Ayan, the Ys are coming in. Again, uulitin ko ang instructions. We will flash questions on the screen. You guys type 1, 2, 3, 4 in the comment section for the answer. Hulain nyo yung tamang answer. And the prize will be Town Star Fountain NFT. Okay? Na magagamit nyo for the Town Star game. Alright, Jed, take it away and ask the questions. Okay, I'm seeing the Ys are still coming in. 3, 2, 1. First question, let's go.
So how many games are there in the Gala ecosystem?
Nice. I love that question. Ngayon mo lang ba nilagay yan? Kasi alam ko mali yung alam mong number of
Yeah.
games eh.
No, I
Tapos
knew.
biglang
I changed the answer lang. I changed the correct
sneaky,
answer.
sneaky. All right. Pumapasok na. Royce, Joshua, please, wag naman tayo maglokohan. Wag niyo ilagay yung answer mismo. Lagay mo yung numero ng yung choice, 'di ba? Lagay niyo yung choice, wag yung mismong sagot. Pero yeah, I think tama naman yung sagot mo. Okay, the answers are coming in. I love it. Everyone is participating. I hope everyone is having a great time. Okay. So magkano ba tayo? No problem, Royce. Magkano ba tayo? Jed, we say the answer now, right?
We say the answer now.
Okay, go.
All right. So the correct answer for this question is number 4. So 28 games. So actually in the website there's only 15 games. So there's probably 13 more incoming per Gala ecosystem.
Grabe.
Very exciting.
Napakadami. Okay, question number 2. 3, 2, 1, go.
So when is the launch date of Spider Tanks?
Okay, this is a good question. And I think the answers are coming in now. I see some correct answers. So this is a good sign, Jed. Everyone was paying attention while we
Yes,
were,
that's right.
chatting. Okay. Ready na ba to say the right answer?
Just give a few more seconds. Okay, I think everyone answered already. So the correct answer for this question is October 31, 2022. Number 4.
Yun.
So
Ilang
congratulations to the
tulog na
first
lang yan.
person. Yes, lapit na.
Ano ba yan? 16, 17 days na lang, guys. Like
Yeah.
mga less than 3 weeks. Magsa-start na yung Spider Tanks. And tandaan nyo, it's free to play. Hindi natin kailangan mag-invest, no? And para kumita ng rewards, tama no, Jed? You can play without any investment. Pero
Mhm.
yung lalaro mo is yung nagpapaupa ng tank. Yung tao na may ari na ng tank and would want to rent it out. So
That's
that's great news, 'di ba? It's sobrang accessible.
Mhm.
Okay. All right, thank you guys for participating. May pangatlo pa tayong tanong. 3, 2, 1, let's go.
So how many game modes are there in Spider Tanks?
Sneaky. Nilagay mo na naman yan ngayon, no? I love it. Kaya kaya ang galing mong co-host eh. Biglaan lang, sneaky talaga. Angelo, please take note, wala tayong delimiter dito sa comments. Di ko alam kung kailan nag-start yung pagsasagot ng pangatlong tanong. But I hope you got the right. Angelo, you recorded the winner here. Okay. Everyone is still putting in their answers. Actually, you guys, your guess is as good as mine. I totally forgot. I think it's actually ano lang. I have to choose between 2 choices lang here. I actually forgot na rin. Kasi I was just looking at Jason playing that game.
All right,
Okay.
so I guess we can announce for the winner. The correct answer. Sorry.
Yep.
So the correct answer for this question is number 3. So there are 6 game modes. 3 were just recently added according to Jason.
Nice. Art Gracer, yeah. Sorry. Medyo confusing nga no? But if you have to put the it's either 1, 2, 3, 4. The mismong choice, but not the answer itself, no? But thank you guys for participating. I hope you had fun. You learned a lot. Last pa, we will announce through raffle kung sino yung mga naging winners ng 300 worth of crypto by sharing the stream, okay? Tulungan nyo naman kami ni Jed. We need your support. Please share the stream if you guys are having fun. But before that, tama ba, Jed? Magpapalabas muna tayo ng very, very short commercials.
Yep. So we'll just play a few commercials, guys, before we announce the winners for different games today.
All right.
See you guys in a bit. Angelo, kindly play the videos.
Don't worry, sandali lang to. Wow. Don't tell me lahat yun, games ni Gala?
Yeah, those are all Gala's games. Ganda, no?
Ah, ang ganda. That's wild. Grabe. As in like they're really well done. Like parang
They're actual
it's like
games. They're not just like parang those those crypto games na parang masabing game lang. It's actually like some
oh,
sort of uh
sobrang ganda. I
yeah.
love it. Anyway, natuwa lang ako. Angelo, let's announce na the people who share the stream. We're giving away 300 worth of crypto, pero kailangan as usual, you need to have because we're gonna pay the rewards through your PDAX account. Okay? So take it away, Angelo. Let's choose the lucky winners. Okay, and also Jed, before I forget, there's also the special Spider Tanks giveaway that Jason just
Yes.
surprised us with. So for this one, after na makapili ng winner for the three winners ng sharing the stream contest raffle, we will announce who won the Spider Tanks. And actually, may napili na tayo, Jed, right?
Yep. Lucky. Very lucky man.
Okay, take it away, Angelo. Let's choose the first winner. Oh my God. Oh, matikan ka na, Royce! Steven Cariasa, congrats!
Congrats. So Steven Caryasa, mechanics for this one, you just have to take a screenshot of this stream as your name is flash and PM our Facebook page.
All right,
So close.
number 2. Okay! This time you're lucky. Royce, congratulations.
Meant to be, Royce. So Royce, take a screenshot lang and PM our Facebook page to claim your reward of 300 pesos.
Okay, last one. Yun. Sir Justin, congratulations. Justin Saltat.
Congratulations to Justin. Take a screenshot lang and PM our Facebook page. Make sure it's the PDAX page with the blue check mark to claim your prize.
Okay. Sabi ni Rev, Nisay, my name isn't here. I shared during the commercial. So, pasensya na, Rev. But, next time, my promise na lang to you is that there will be many more chances and opportunities to earn prizes in Fresh Money. Normally, kasi what we do is we ask people at the beginning of the show to share. No, so don't worry, plenty more chances. No, so for the last segment, Jed, we will announce or I'll let you announce sino yung nanalo ng free Spider Tanks giveaway. And one of the mechanics here actually is asking the most pertinent, the most interesting question. And sino ang napili natin, Jed?
So our winner for this very interesting prize and surprise from Jason is Kit Jorvina. Congratulations, Kit! You just won the special limited edition of the Jack O' Lantern Spider Tank NFT.
Ayos. Congratulations. Ang ganda kasi ng tanong. And
Yes.
actually, nadala din ako doon sa si Kit parang like sobrang excited. Nagla-log in na mismo sa Spider Tanks.
Kumukuha
And
na ng referral program.
kumukuha na ng referral, 'di ba? So, Kit, congrats. You deserve it. And I love the questions. They're very intelligently composed. And I hope you have a great time with Spider Tanks the game. Okay, last agenda, Jed. We have to announce the winners of the Town Star NFTs. The winners who answered correctly sa 3 questions, multiple choice questions that we asked earlier. Jed, why don't you announce them?
All right. For the first winner of our Town Star NFTs is Art Greiser. So congratulations, Art. You just won a Town Star NFT. So just take a screenshot of this stream and PM our Facebook page. So this is the PDAX page, and our team will get in touch with you for the next steps.
Congratulations. All right.
All right. So our next winner is Steven Cariasa. Congratulations, Steven. You just won the Town Star Fountain NFT. Just take a screenshot of this stream and PM our Facebook page, and our team will get in touch with you for the next steps.
Teka lang, 'di ba nanalo din si Steven ng ano, ng isa pang prize kanina?
Oh, yeah.
Oh my
Actually, we have
God, Steven,
good day
dapat
today, si
mawalis ka na
Steven.
diyan.
Just won two prizes.
Congrats. Yeah, dalawang prizes. And sabi ni Kit Orvina, salamat po talaga, PDAX, di ako makakatulog nito. Congratulations. I really hope na that we made your night, that we made your weekend. All right, so for the last one.
So for the last winner of the Town Star NFT is Zeton Granger. Congratulations, Zeton. So they could just take a screenshot as your name is flash and PM our Facebook page.
Yun. Congratulations, Ziton. Actually, nakikilala ko na kayo lahat. But, really, from the bottom of our hearts, thank you for your support. And I hope that you guys will keep on tuning into Fresh Money. Napakarami pang exciting things and guests actually that are coming in. Lalo na ngayon. Actually, Jed, I also want to thank you as well. Kasi it's a Friday night, man, and we're still working.
Not really work, Pat. It's just a chat.
Yeah,
Just a
that's
chat.
the way I like to view it as well, right? So if you really enjoy what you're doing, it's not really work. So ako natuwa talaga ako personally with Jason and how cool and fun-loving guy he seems to be. And I'm
Mhm.
actually excited ako. Natuwa. I actually got surprised that he said that he's dropping by Philippines for Philippine Blockchain Week. So definitely will take you up
Yeah.
on that offer. Jason, labas tayo. Let's go out and have some drinks. Justin Salta, thanks sir, Jed and Pat mga pogi. Because of you calling us pogi, you get a free shout out, Sir Justin. Thank you too for tuning in. But it's nighty night for me, Jed. Cinderella tayo. It's almost midnight. I had a great time, but
Likewise.
it's a Friday night as well. So like I'm very excited as well to hit the sack after a long day of work, but a long week of work. But then, guys, please don't forget to keep on tuning into Fresh Money. I think that we're going to postpone our next one, but we're gonna work out something that maybe we can have a sort of a replay of this episode kasi napakaganda na episode na to. I think let's give it more mileage or more coverage for this coming Monday. And everyone, please keep on tuning in kasi start lang to. We had NFT project founders, we had Step In, we had Gala, and it's gonna be even more exciting in the future. So thank you again for your support, and we love you, and we'll see you very very soon again. Thank you, Jed, for your time as well.
Thank you as well, Pat. And thank you,
All right.
Angelo.
Thanks, Angelo. Yeah, thank you, Angelo, for staying with us. Our very very good friend Angelo at the backstage. So thank you, everyone. Have a great weekend. Cheers and good night.
Cheers.